Hey everybody, welcome to the tower. I hope you're having a good time and a good day. And if you're not and you're having a tower moment, you've come to the right place because that's all we do, tower moments. Alright, so how do we do this? Well, if you're new here, I draw two cards from the Major Arcana deck just like this to find out your overall tower moment energy. And then I look at the bottom of the deck for more information. Alright, and then we'll clarify. We will do 3, 2, and 3. And one more card at the bottom of the deck to figure everything out. One more piece of information, we'll be done. All these messages are timeless, so whenever you're watching this is when the universe wanted you to see it. It could be today, tomorrow, next month, next week. I don't know when you're here, but I'm glad you stopped by whenever you decided to stop by. And, there are no star signs. Everybody gets to play, so don't even worry about that. If it does not resonate with you at all, if none of this does, and it's not even like in your wheelhouse, that's totally fine. In fact, that's good. That means your life isn't whatever the situation is going to turn out to be. However, you're still here for a reason, right? You're on this channel for a reason. You found it for a reason. So before you click off forever, I would ask you to go back and go onto the videos section, right? And scroll up and down the video list. And maybe one of those videos will, draw you in a little bit. Like, oh, this message or this title feels closer to me. So maybe that one will help you get through whatever situation you're in. So, thanks for all of that, listening and going. Let me ramble a little bit. But let's get to the reason you're all here, okay? All right, let's get started. The world card on this side of the tower is the energy of no closure found. That's right. This is the energy of someone who, doesn't care. I'm just going to be real with you. They don't care about you at all. You're holding on to something that you want closure on. You want them to feel sad. You want them to feel sorry. You want them to explain why they did the things they did. You just want answers. You want the closure. You want them to, make it make sense. And they don't even think about you. All right? That's that energy. They don't care about you at all. That leads right to your tower moment, which it will. Because the tower moment is the energy that says, that grief and stress can wear on a person. Like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do? And it's just a constant cycle of thoughts. That's why the world card is, it's a cycle card. It never ends. There's no closure. And it'll drive most people crazy because they just need to understand why the person did it. And that leads to the Tower card. And the Tower leads to the Empress. Now, the Empress card is all about the energy of trying to maintain your own personal thoughts. Now, this is the exact opposite of what you're doing right now, but you're going to have to come to realize that this person that you want answers from is probably never going to give it to you. They're never going to give it to you. They're never going to walk up to you and go, man, I was a total jerk to you because, or I lied to you because. Nobody going to explain that because that means they have to face you. They have to confront you. They have to, they got to do the hard thing and be like, yeah, I was the bad guy. They're never going to do that. Most people never do that, by the way. Once they treat you real bad and they try to destroy your whole life and they find a way out, they don't come back, And unless if they really have to come back, right? And we all know how that usually ends up if they ever do. So the Empress is here telling you that you need to stop thinking about them. You need to let it go. You need this closure isn't going to happen. You need to start pulling the weeds out of your own garden, all right? You need to start focusing on new ideas. Now, at the bottom of this deck, we have the Sun and the Emperor. So the Emperor and the Empress show up. It's just kind of cool. So this is basically the same message, but you need to weed your garden and start working on new ideas and growing them. But to truly be happy, you have to control how you react to this. All right, this is the hardest thing in the world to do. When something has hurt you really bad, it's hard just to go, okay, I can move on. I'm not going to be bothered by this anymore. But you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to truly heal from this and move on the best you can so it doesn't trigger you emotionally anymore, because that's the only way to get to the sun. That's the only way to get to true happiness is to let the pain go. And you are having a really hard time doing that right now, but I understand. I get that. I've been there, and I understand. So okay, now this card doesn't help us at all. The Page of Swords because you're still looking for answers, and that's exactly the page. But that's why you're in the World card. Yep, the Boundaries card, the Seven of the Wands is here, and the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, you're deep in the dark right now. You're in a deep dark place. This is a breakup that just happened. This is someone who betrayed you that just happened. This is something recent and painful, and I get it. I get it. Everything looks black and dark and evil and just decayed and corrupted when somebody stabs you. You thought you could trust them, and they stabbed you in the back and the heart at the same time, and they laugh about it, and they walk away like, that person was stupid. They even trusted me, right? So, your boundaries are all the way up. You're stuck in your own little world of pain and suffering, and you don't even take care. You probably don't eat. You probably don't sleep much. Your last thought when you go to bed is, why do they do this? And your first thought when you wake up is, why did they do this? And there's no answers. Because the only person that can give you those answers, they obviously don't care about you at all. They're going to turn you into the villain of their story. So you are stuck in this perpetual nightmare of pain and suffering. And it doesn't seem to have an ending, but this Tower moment is going to be rock bottom. And it's the Six of Swords here, which is the energy of, this feels like all peace is gone, and your whole life has just come to a complete stop with the Knight of Pentacles down here. So the energy says, listen, this is how you're feeling right now. You feel like nothing else matters. You're feeling in a really dark, low, nightmarish place that there doesn't seem to be any escape from. Yeah, I've been there, and I'm sure a lot of people have, but this is just recent energy. This isn't like, well, this happened to me 6 years ago, and that kind of, no, this is recent energy. This is right now. This is whenever you're watching this, is when this happened to you. So this is the energy that makes your life feels like it's not going anywhere, and it feels like it's never going to go anywhere again. It just feels stuck. And you want more than anything for this person that hurt you to explain why they did it. And they're never going to tell you. They don't care. And if they do tell you, it probably won't make you feel any better, because that reason will probably be because I could. Because you were stupid and easy to take advantage of, or stuff like that. They're going to try to keep hurting you with their answers. That's all they're going to do. There's not going to be any compassion or niceties or anything. If they do come back and they try to explain it, they're going to hurt you even further. They're just going to say, oh, it was easy. I mean, you're just blind, and you trusted me, and you're stupid. And they're going to make you even feel worse than you already do. And then you're going to regret ever talking to them again. This is where crime happens, okay? This is where the crazy people get triggered. This is where the evil thing, this is where the crime of passion comes in. This is where people lose their minds, and they just have to, they get mad and they just react. Now, this is probably where the Tower moment's going to be. You're going to get so upset and mad at them and yourself, and you're just going to want revenge. You're going to want to lash out. I recommend not doing that. Anyway, what the Empress says here, if you want to get out of this Tower moment, apparently, is take a break. You need to check your own surroundings again and appreciate the small stuff. Generosity. And the Six of Cups. You need to remember that life wasn't always bad. This is just not going to be your whole life. Won't be. It's going to feel like it. It might even be years, and people can dwell on this stuff for ages, right? They can let it twist them up inside for years. And it can really wreck a person. But this isn't your whole life. You had a good life before all this happened, and you're going to have a good life when you can start appreciating the small stuff. All right? The Four of Swords tells us we need to take a break. We need to rest. We need to take care of ourselves. Six of Pentacles says we need to give and take. We even in our darkest times, there are still people out there who have it way worse than us. There are people who haven't eaten today. There are people who are cold in their cars today. There are people out there who might have gotten stabbed today, for no reason. There are people out there that are, way worse off than what we have it. And the best way to feel better about any situation is to help others in need, right? Give a little. I mean, let's say you spent thousands of dollars on this person who stabbed you in the back. You rebuilt their life and you made them feel better and you gave them everything they could ever want just to survive and have a good time. And you loved them and all that. But now you feel like all that money's wasted. I mean, that's just another stab, right? Like, oh, I wasted all that money. They were so mean. And it's just putting needles in the old heart, right? Give some of that money to your local humane society, right? Feed a dog, cat, donate stuff to the homeless shelter. I mean, you've got to check and say, at least my money's doing some good now, right? At least I know that when I do this, it's going to some good and not just to some parasite monster. Try to do better, make better choices, and you'll start to feel better. That's the point of the Emperor and the Sun. The Emperor is saying you need to control what you do. You need to control your emotions, and the Empress is telling us we need to control our emotions too, inside and outside. So start cultivating new ideas, start cultivating new plans of action, start healing. And remember, your life will get better, even if it seems like it's 100% dark right now. You can get yourself out of this. All you got to do is take little steps back towards the light. Help people out. Do good things. Don't be ruined because of what one person did to you. Okay, don't let one person destroy someone who was good and probably willing to do anything to save somebody else. Don't let that person disappear because that one person betrayed you. Don't let that one die. It's easy to let it go, but don't let it go, and you'll be back to mostly normal. There'll be hard days for sure. You'll find yourself listening to a song, or you'll see something, and all those memories will come flooding back for a little while, but then you can put them away again, right? So don't give up. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't carry this burden. Man, I looked at the card anyway, but the Ten of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, and you are carrying a huge burden right now with this evil and darkness and pain that they put on you. You don't have to. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. They did this to you. They will tell you that you did stuff wrong. They will try to convince you that you did something wrong. But if this energy resonates with you, and I get the feeling that, I feel like you did everything you could to help them, to save them, you wanted to be with them. This was your idea of a perfect relationship, and they just stabbed you in the heart for no reason and walked away. And you are hurting pretty bad. Don't let you pull the knife out. You're tougher than that. Don't do the crime of passion thing. Don't let the tower, win. Don't lash out at this person in a way you can't take back, because you can still do a lot of good in the world. You're just one person, but you can do a lot. All right, I rambled on enough. I hope this helped you, and I'm going to show you the cards, and that'll be it for the day. Here we go. Here you go. This video was a little longer than the couple other ones, but I had a lot to say here, so I hope this message helped you. I hope it pulls you away from doing something absolutely terrible that you've been thinking about, because I get the feeling you have been. So remember, don't let this person win. Anyway, thanks for clicking on the video. If you made it to the end, you're ultra awesome. Thank you for making it this far. Most people don't. I understand that YouTube videos are tough to get through sometimes, especially when they're like this. No fancy editing or music or anything like that, but I do my best. I try to upload every day. So if you liked what you saw, hit the old subscribe button. And if you think this message could help somebody else, share it with somebody else. All right. They don't even have to believe in tarot, but the message is still pretty good, I thought. All right. Thanks for listening. I'll be back tomorrow probably. And you have a good night, day, or whenever you're watching this. Thanks for clicking. Bye.